listen, there was some cool pieces like at the parties, walking around. I mean, listen, I was a fucking normal dude growing up, right?
Yeah.
So like me going to a party and looking around and having all fucking eyes on me and knowing that I could fuck almost any hot girl in that party was a cool feeling, especially growing up the way I grew up. I mean, that was awesome, right? That was like my dream, beyond my dream. But it was overwhelming, you know? And also I had so many things to think about at these parties too. Like I'm like, you know, pissing all these people off because they can't get in. I've got celebrities fucking texting me. You know, I got fucking Chris Brown bitching because he's like, the guys won't let him up the fucking driveway. Like, you know, fucking Maluma wants to park. Like, you know, it's just like all this shit, right? And so you don't want to piss people off, and you want these good parties, and you want celebrities to have fun. And like, you know, when I would go over to their houses, they would always like treat me with a lot of respect and like, oh, you know, if you want to use a bedroom and, you know, you can crash here if you want to fuck here. Like, they were really cool with me. And so I wanted to reciprocate that. And I've always kind of wanted to be a good host too. And also, like, when I'm doing something, I want to do it right. And with these parties, like, I always wanted to fucking do it as best as I possibly can, especially since there was like all these people always like talking shit and mad and wanting to see me fail because I'd shut all these motherfuckers out of my parties.
You specifically said like sugar daddies, agents, people like that.
They hated me.
They hated you.
I'm fucking their girls. They can't come to the party. They're like, you know.
There's no way to buy. There's no table service. There's no bottle service. You don't buy your way into a dance party.
Yeah, no. So it was one of those things where like I was pissing off a lot of powerful people that like would never get shunned. You know, I mean, there's a lot of athletes I didn't let in. Like, I mean, there's, you know, probably some big celebrities I didn't let. I didn't know who the fuck they were. You know, like whatever, man. I can't, like, I couldn't field all these calls. Like,
I watched you walking down, getting you with your security, you're getting people in, physically having to get them in.
Yeah.
And your guys, I've always wanted to ask you this. I walk in and the guys have shotguns. Were they loaded?
Oh yeah, man.
They were loaded shotguns, not rubber bullets.
They had fucking AR-15s.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, no, this was like, dude, I was like, I want a show of force.
Yeah.
I was like, I want 70 dudes here with fucking machine guns. Like, I want this fucking place like goddamn Fort Knox.
It felt like Fort Knox, yeah.
Because like there's multiple things of it. Like A, I think it deters people from trying to fuck around. B, it makes it way less likely that there's gonna be fights. C, nobody's pulling a gun at that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they're getting fucked up, right? And these are all like ex-special forces guys, you know. So, I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them were like ex-special forces dudes. And so yeah, it was like no fucking around, you know, like I did not want any bullshit. And so a lot of times, like, you know, if you go out with like fucking 9 security guards, you're not going to have any issues,
right?
You know, but if you go out with like fucking one guy, like maybe somebody wants to fucking, you know, test, you know, your security or whatever. It's like, but if you have enough, like people are just like, okay, I'm not fucking around, you know.
You know my favorite party story. It's an earlier party. You had a midget. I'm sorry, there's a word he used. If I say something offensive, I apologize. There's a word in the book. You had a midget fucking 2 girls in the entryway bathroom. And then
listen, I didn't have him doing anything.
Okay.
This motherfucker didn't listen to shit. Okay, this guy was lawless. Not only did he fuck 2 girls in the goddamn bathroom, but he's like chain smoking cigarettes in my living room. Like, you couldn't tell this little motherfucker anything, dude. It was the craziest shit I'd ever seen. And I like went up to him like respectfully. I was like, hey man, like, you know, I'd appreciate it if you know, wouldn't smoke in the house. And he was like, kind of like looked at me like, fuck off, you know, whatever. And then like went back to smoke. And I told my security, I'm like, get this motherfucker out of here. You know, like
there's nothing funnier to me than seeing, because I didn't know it was you who went up and talked to him, that he's sitting there smoking cigarettes and you tell him, hey man, can you please stop smoking in the house? And he's like, this little midget's like, fuck off.
Basically like, go fuck. Like, he didn't say go fuck yourself. Like, I think he like kind of like put it down, but then like as soon as I walked off, he like went back to smoke, and I like told my security, I was like, put this motherfucker in a trash can and kick him down the fucking driveway. Like, come on. Like, you know, it was ridiculous. And he had already started a fight, like I said in the beginning, you know, because there was like limited bathroom space.
So wait, he's fucking 2 girls. And somebody else comes in and films him.
So he's fucking 2 girls. One of the girls that was waiting for the bathroom, like, tries to get in. Like, I guess the door was unlocked. I don't know what the fuck the deal was, but she like cracked it, saw him fucking the 2 girls, thought it was hilarious, obviously because it was, took out her camera and started filming. One of the girls saw and fucking went crazy, and there was literally like a fight. You know, and so this midget retires from my couch to smoke cigarettes while these girls are like fucking battling in the house. And I was just like, this is just so fucking absurd. Like, what? Like, half of me like was impressed with this guy, but the cigarettes, like, fuck him, man.
Oh, all right. So I have a unique experience, a unique perspective. You have obviously thrown your parties, but you've never gotten into one of your parties, and I have, and it is madness, man. Going through the line, getting checked in. I had a guest list with Bianca Gezzi on the second one. The first one was a girl named Brianna. Yep. Put the whole list in there. Bianca, like, they're very strict. The later party, they're very strict. The girls I was bringing, they're like, well, you can't bring this girl.
Oh, we vetted them. Yeah, it was crazy,
and I appreciated that. I thought that was really awesome. Shout out to Bianca if she's watching this. And then we go in there, and it's like living in an Instagram post, which I imagine a lot of your life is like. Bruce Buffer walks by me, and then I see JaVale McGee, and then I see Devin Booker walk by me, and then I'm sitting in your living room, and granted, it's a big living room, but it's a living room, and I'm watching Cardi B 6 feet in front of me performing. She gets off. And then I've never seen what Sway Lee looks like at this point. He gets on, he starts rapping, and I'm sitting here with Sway Lee, and I'm in a living. It's still a house. This is, even though it's a gigantic house, it's still a house. I'm in a living room. I can't believe this. I look to my right, I see Diplo drinking a beer with a cowboy hat on, and it's just like the surrealness. And then, of course, goes without saying, every single Instagram model, without exception, was there, and I saw them and met them, and that part was just to me was mind-boggling. Also, I brought 90 girls to your house. You were doing me the favor, because any girl I asked, they all said yes. I showed up with 45 girls with me and Sam Rima. We showed up with 45 girls, and it was like we were trying to get in behind another group of like hundreds of girls. Can you talk about that house? Was on Shallon Road was pretty incredible for throwing parties, and the idea to throw those type of parties with these huge musical artists.
Yeah, so I'd been throwing parties in LA since, probably like 2012. I started with like some pool parties that I would throw at this house I was renting from Richard Gere, and I would do the ratio then. It was like 300 girls and 30 guys or whatever, and we would have the masseuses and the mani-pedis and the fucking champagne and all the shit. So it was like, it was a cool place. Girls wanted to tan, they wanted to hang out, they wanted to get their nails done, whatever, and the guys didn't even fucking pay attention to their girls. There was like so many of them. So the girls got to hang out, and they didn't get fucked with, and that was the environment that I wanted to create, is that girls could come there, they could be safe, guys aren't going to be fucking hitting on them, chicken hawking all these fucking girls and whatever, and they could drink champagne, they can get their nails done, they can have a massage, whatever, they can go home, and like nobody harasses them, and as far as the guys go, if they want to get pussy, it's like they're getting attacked. So, and so that was what I wanted to create. I wanted to create a situation where like everybody was happy there. And I found the best way to do that was with that ratio. And so
it was 7-1 was what you said in the book.
That was right? Like the minimum.
Minimum.
That was the minimum I wanted. And so,
which is why the agents and the other people that normally get invited to everything in Hollywood don't get invited to your party.
Yeah, fuck them. That was. That was the goal. I wanted to throw the best parties, and to me, the best parties was ones that had an absolutely disproportionate amount of girls.
Yes.
That being said, for the girls, you have to offer them something, right? So for them, I wanted Cardi B performing, I wanted Sway Lee performing, I wanted fucking Tyga on the mic, like I wanted all these people. And so I would tell them, I'd say, hey, Tyga, you fucking, can you get up there and throw down a few songs? Like you can have one of the fucking guest rooms, you can park up the top. Like I always took care of those people, And he was always cool. He'd always fucking grab a few of my girls, I was like, but I had to replace them, it was the whole thing. But it was cool, man. It was one of those things where I had Cirque du Soleil performers.
Yes.
I had I had all this shit because I wanted the girls to be entertained. I'd have the gay guys in there. I'd have, I just wanted it to be an environment where the girls weren't looking around like, what the fuck am I doing here? So in order to create that, you have to have like some, big talent. And then you also want to have a bunch of celebrities because, a lot of those girls, they're stoked to be around celebrities. So if you have the other hot girls, you have celebrities, you've got good performances, you've got shit going on, you've got good catering, you've got top shelf booze, like everybody's going to be stoked, and it's exclusive. It's hard to get in. And so that's what I wanted to create. And so when I went back to LA, when I decided that I was going to start Ignite, I'd gotten rid of my Blue Jay house.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, we're going to make some fucking noise here. And I was interested in buying Playboy. They just wanted too much money for it. So I raised some money, and I started looking for houses, and then I raised the money afterwards once I found the house. And it was just unequivocally the house, man. I looked at that thing. I was like, this is fucking bulletproof.
You said it looked like a freight. You said it looked like a cruise ship buried into the side of a hill.
A beach ocean liner.
A beach ocean liner, yes. And it definitely does.
It really did, man. It had like all the fucking blue lighting, and it was just, dude, it took up half the fucking mountain in Bel Air. And I just saw this thing, and I was like, this is the house. Like unequivocally, This
There's
is
like
the
a
house.
football field worth of AstroTurf up on the top.
Dude, it was enormous, and it was literally set up exactly to throw parties. That was
Yes.
the only thing that house is good for, is like throwing parties and getting laid. And that is what I came back to LA to do, and that's what I did. And so I branded it, and I threw them the best way I could, and I think it was fucking amazing, man. I don't know that anybody's ever replicated a party like this.
No, so I was Crystal Hefner used to invite me to we used to host a bikini competition together, and I went to Playboy party and I met you, the Playboy Midsummer Night's Dream party, and I met you there one time.
Yep.
And those parties are great and they're iconic and the ratio is incredible and the girls are really pretty. But what I saw at your place was, I mean, I'm watching you get drinks with Machine Gun Kelly to your left, and I think Jake Paul was to your right, and I'm just like, you're just like living in, I don't even know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even in, by the way, I'll tell you, even in the book, while this is one of the best books, is probably one of the most entertaining and definitely one of the most honest books I've ever read in my life. The thing is, even being there, it still doesn't even encapsulate how incredible like those whole experiences are.